Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and right now I'm using StreamYard because I let my Restream account lapse because I was dealing with so much other stuff going on in real life. And by the way, yes, I give my cat plenty of head pats, always, always. So just to give you a quick little update before we reveal the new studio, work in progress, still under construction, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. So I think the last time I did a stream was like 10 months ago. No. I did one for Rumble and my other YouTube account before that. It's been a while. Was in a relationship that didn't go well. Not bad, but didn't go well, and that was taking up a huge, giant chunk of my time. I don't regret anything. And then in the process, I was like dealing with transitioning from one line of work to another line of work, and then moving out of town, not too far from where I was in San Antonio, up to a little town called New Braunfels, which we'll get into later. Got a new job here, and I've always kept traveling to this town anyway just to come visit because there's so much cool stuff to do here. And so I just figured when I applied for a job somewhere, they said, hey, like we have another branch that could need you at either San Marcos or New Braunfels. And I was like, let's go. I keep going out to New Braunfels anyway. Let's just, let's just live out there. So yeah, so I ended up moving to my new place and still getting situated, still getting unpacked. I still have a few more boxes. I'm probably going to wrap up unpacking tonight and putting the studio together. Probably in the next few days. I have like a really weird work schedule for this week where I'm working like every other day. So every other day I'm going to be spending unpacking and everything. So we're going to be getting that done. So yeah, let's go ahead and reveal the new studio. Here we go. Yep. So yeah, this is the new studio so far. Like I said, there's still a whole bunch of boxes that I have to unpack. A few more things that I have to hook up. Like I have my Dreamcast hooked up. I have my, I have my Xbox hooked up. Then I unpacked this VCR and then realized that it was the wrong VCR. That was the VCR that does not work. And so I have to take that one out and put the other one back in and then hook it up. So that's what's been going on with me. This move has been just like an absolute nightmare, but leading up to a good thing. So I might as well tell the whole story. So I was at a place in San Antonio, which was not a terrible place. But the issue that I was running into there was just like the commute to my new job was just horrible. And I just could not take it anymore. And the neighbors were nice and everything. Everybody was pretty cool. Never had any issues with anything going on there. But yeah, that commute was just awful. And getting out of that place was kind of not too bad. It was only because they had a brand new no, I have not considered that. I like being bald. You should like people being bald. So I ended up having to deal with a transition to a new agency that took over the building like maybe like a week before I had to start actually packing up and moving. And they were still trying to get situated with their new software, installing new software for all the tenants and bill pay and all that other stuff. And they were by accident sending me eviction notices, so I have to actually go back down there and get in paper like, okay, that eviction notice wasn't true. But they were really cool about it. They were just like, oh, we're so sorry, you're good, and sending me every documentation that I needed to show that everything was fine. And then when the person who was living in this particular unit moved out, I guess there was some issues that they didn't foresee, and so it took a while for them to get moved in. While I had like a week window to get my stuff out of my old apartment and then into this new apartment, And it got to the point where it was like the day after I was supposed to turn in my keys was the day I was supposed to go pick up the new keys. And they were cool about it. They gave me like $400 off of my moving stuff. And they were like, you can move your stuff into the place. We just can't have you, quote unquote, living in it officially. They also prorated my rent for the days, obviously, on top of that. So I was moving my stuff in, and then, I dropped my key off. And then when offices closed, that's when technically I could have moved in. So that's what I did, is after I dropped off my keys, took my cat and drove her out here. And I have a 2005 Mustang, and it is loud. I mean, it is loud. It was a race car from the guy who owned it was using it to race. And he also rebuilt and like souped up like Lamborghinis or Ferraris. I forget which one. And he just took the muffler off the thing, and the thing sounds like it is. I've deemed it the Hell Walker. Even put the little Doom logo on there because why not? And my cat has like real big issues with any kind of machine that makes loud noises, and so she was absolutely terrified the entire drive out here. Got her situated, and she was golden. Leasing company here has been pretty good, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the best thing about it is like I am like a 10-minute walk from my new job, so a 3-minute drive. It is fantastic. I don't have to deal with an hour-long stop and go, commute to work anymore. And it was that way when I was still working in San Antonio. Yeah. So New Braunfels is kind of awesome. It is a German migrant town. So they have lots of German stuff everywhere. A lot of the local businesses end with house, Haus. So there's like coffee house, there's, milkshake house, there's, I don't know, burger house, a couple of like the motels and hotels and stuff are like house. There is a big festival that happens here every year called Wurstfest, which is like a giant Oktoberfest that is insanely huge. It is massive. And like thousands and thousands of people show up to this thing. There's like live polka music, food, beer, you name it. They have their downtown area is really gorgeous and old. A lot of the storefronts are actually like old houses that had been built in like the early 20th century. It is just gorgeous, and they have like the oldest continuously running bakery. And so I kept coming down here anyway for things, whether it be Wurstfest or whether it be for like the downtown area. It's just like a gorgeous area. And so when I had the opportunity to move out here, I was like on it. I was on it like nobody's business. So really loving it here. And since I've been here, I've been moved in for about, I think it's been like a week now. No, about a week and a half, and absolutely loving it. Deer all over the road. They don't give a fuck. So I had to be really careful when I'm driving around here not to run into any deer again, because that's how I did total one of my cars, was hitting a deer, but that was in San Antonio. So yeah. So I want to talk a little bit briefly about what the plan is for this channel and what I'm going to be doing going forward. I'm going to be still producing content like I normally do. I'm just going to start producing a little bit more video essays and stuff. I'm going to be focusing more of my attention on, kind of not really gaming, but kind of, using the algorithm correctly and encouraging people to get more views onto this channel and stuff like that. Doing more live streaming, doing more video content stuff. And I've been doing a lot of research thanks to the help of people like Drew. I'll just say Drew, if you know who he is. He's been giving me some interesting stuff to watch and educate myself on in terms of like how YouTube's algorithm works and all that sort of thing, and how he's grown his channel from, I think he's got like 15,000 subscribers in a matter of a few months by just doing this sort of stuff and using this advice. So that's what we're going to be doing that. using a lot of that stuff. But I'm also going to be focusing a little bit more attention. I'm still going to do this with a lot of attention, but I'm going to be focusing a lot of my attention on my other YouTube channel, which I do not have a link to, which I will get right now while I'm talking about it. On my other YouTube channel, which is Average Whiskey Enjoyer, or AW. Let me see if I can't get you guys a link and put it in the chat. And I'll put it in the description too, in case you don't want to pull up the... Just my channel. And I'm actually going to be kind of like locking down... I'm going to be unlisting all of my videos and putting them in a playlist so you can go back and watch some of the older stuff. But I'm going to be like kind of rebranding and reformatting the channel completely. And the whole premise of the channel is... like I'm a whiskey enjoyer. I enjoy whiskey. I consume whiskey. Like that is like the spirit of my choice. But I want to kind of explore other avenues as well. And I kind of want to help people in the whiskey scene and people who are interested in whiskey and people who consume whiskey and collect whiskey and all that stuff to kind of venture out into other things as well. Or if they're into whiskey, and they may have like an affinity for bourbon, like what their gateway into Scotch would be, or people who are into Scotch, what their gateway to bourbons may be, and that sort of thing. And that's going to be kind of like the focus of that stuff. Here, it's going to be the same as well. What you would expect, what I was doing before, but again, I'm going to be kind of focusing my content to be a little bit more engaging, and thus helping kind of focus. Having YouTube focus my channel more in terms of recommendations and stuff like that. So that's where we're going to be going. Hopefully this studio will be done soon. I'm actually going to be ordering at some point a neon logo for my backdrop, a neon light logo for my background. So that's coming up soon. I just want to double check to make sure that I covered all my bases, that I said all the things that I want to cover. Let me check. So yeah, I think I pretty much covered it. Pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. This is not so much going to be a live stream. This is because I have not been focusing my attention on this channel at all for the last year almost. And because of that, YouTube does not like me. In terms of the algorithm doesn't like me because I have not been active. But we're going to be changing that pretty soon here. It's just more. This is just more of a kind of like, hey, what's been going on with me? Am I still alive? Am I still going to be producing content? And the answer is yes, and yes, and even more so. I'm going to be doubling down a lot more on content production going forward. And I've kind of been creating more schedules towards not just a work-life balance, but a work-life and YouTube or content creation thing as well. And also I've been spending a lot of time learning how to edit. Well, I haven't been doing that lately because I've just been so busy packing everything up and moving. So I have to really get back into it and learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, moving from using Sony, or not Sony anymore. It's Magic Vegas. And I have been using Vegas for 15 years now. I've been using that as my primary kind of way of editing videos, and switching over to DaVinci Resolve is just like, it is way different. I guess my connection is saying it's unstable, but hopefully this works. Hopefully this is working. Okay. Don't need that. Getting notifications for stuff. Okay. And the way that DaVinci Resolve edits video is so drastically different from the way that you edit video in like Vegas. And so learning that has been like a very steep learning curve for me. And I'm still not used to it, but hopefully we will get used to it and start producing a little bit more like video essay style content as well. But again, I'm going to be focusing a lot of my attention on Average Whiskey Enjoyer and doing that as well. Anything else? I think we pretty much covered everything and kind of covered everything. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, go ahead and do that. We're going to be doing another live stream. Let me double check my schedule. Let me log into my work website and see what my schedule is, and then we will plan another thing and have it kind of planned out for a while. Oh, it's going to make me check in on my phone, isn't it? Nope, we're good. Sweet. Let me check my schedule real quick. Sorry for the dead air. Work schedule. So yeah, I'm off tonight. I'm off Wednesday. Then I am off this weekend. So let's schedule something for Saturday, like afternoonish, while you guys probably are getting ready to go out and party for the weekend. Friday's probably not going to be the good day, so let's do that. Let's set up a stream right now for Saturday, and we will do a hangout. And also, for those of you who do use things like a StreamYard or Restream, I would definitely like your opinion on whether or not I should go forward using Restream, or should I stick to StreamYard and get their kind of premium thing and use their content. I already have Restream set up. Once I log back, once I start paying for it, it's going to have all my stuff back. But StreamYard seems to be like the go-to for most people, so I'm probably going to end up just using that. Also, I also live next to a train, and surprisingly, the train does not make a lot of noise inside the actual apartment as well. But yeah, so just a little quick scan of the studio. So yeah, there's my thing. Still got it set up. Still got to do some cable management, and then got my. Actually, it's mirrored, so got to unwrap my my bass amp and hook up my bass and start putting more shit on the wall, and then we'll get back into doing this. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Worms. Yeah, worms.